Hello, welcome back to Girl Chat Sports.
Hello, Melissa.
Hello, Jamie.
How you doing? Episode 8.
Episode Ocho. Spider fingers.
Oh my gosh. We're off to a great start. Okay, we're here live at VegasVideoNetwork.com/live as we are every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah, because we're here in nice sunny Las Vegas, kind of warming up a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Mm-hmm. I am one of your co-hosts, Jamie Collier, one of the co-founders of GIrlChatSports.com, and I'm a huge University of Michigan fan. Recently converted to being an LA Rams fan. However, stay tuned next week. We are headed to Senior Bowl. Right after this, we're on a plane to Senior Bowl.
In 6 hours, literally, and haven't packed.
But hey, the red eye.
Forget
what do you need? What does a girl need? So I may be convinced via, drink buying or whatever, to change my NFL loyalty. So stay tuned next week.
If it's to the Cowboys, we're not flying home together. Just want to put
changing
it out
my
there
seats.
now. Yeah,
same plane? Can we get on the same plane? Or
I don't know. I might have to have like a bomb thread or something pulled out. I don't know.
Oh man. All right, Melissa. Who are you? What are you
about? I am about Melissa, other co-host. Raised in Seattle. Huge Seahawks fan. Not to be confused with some of these crazy, somewhat 12-ish fans that are going wild on the internet about, I don't know, just Cam and things we'll get to later, as well as a Husky alumni. And shout out to my basketball team. They are now second in the Pac-10.
Oh, I didn't know that until just now.
College hoop
things
action.
All right. You follow college hoops? Okay, we got to talk about that.
Team,
okay.
Always.
Well, on the show today, we have a very special guest. Her name is Cindy Marshall, and she is the photographer, one of the photographers for the Jacksonville Jaguars,
awesome.
who will also, that team, will be coaching the South team at Senior Bowl this week. So we'll be getting to know them.
Yes.
She has also covered March Madness, Tiger Woods and all those guys at TPC. She's a professional photographer, and she's like the upper echelon of soccer moms. So she's got a daughter that's being scouted by colleges.
Wow.
We've given him a shout out before, the Pedro Menendez high school soccer team. So we've been following them.
Sweet tea. I read that on one of her profiles.
And she loves sweet tea.
Yeah,
so without further adu, we're going to introduce Miss Cindy Marshall here and have her join us on the show. Hi, Cindy.
Hello.
Hi. How are you? How is the weather in St. Augustine, Florida?
It's been rainy today, but, still in the 70s, so we're good.
Well, how did you, kind of walk us through how you got into your current gig with the Jags. I know you're coming down here for March Madness, perhaps. How did you kind of fall into that or discover, you're a talented photographer, but how did you get into that niche?
Thank you. A few years ago, I kind of just took an off-the-wall chance, and I happened to email the Jaguars head photographer and just said, I noticed you didn't have an assistant. I would love to get the chance to work with you and kind of have you mentor me. And he replied and set up a meeting a week later and had a great interview, but, still thought there's just no way, I'm not experienced. And a month later, he had called me and said, are you ready to start? I need you to come in and we're going to do some NFL headshots. And there I was in the Jags locker room doing some headshots.
Were you always like a sports fan? Did you play sports? Were you raised in a sports household? Like what got you, I guess, kind of, from photography into like sports photography?
I was raised heavily in a sports household. My father always played baseball. My stepfather played in the NFL. I played every sport known to mankind. So I was just kind of raised mostly by my dad, and our weekends consisted of going to University of Miami football games,
nice.
Bucks games. And that's just all we did. That's what we did every weekend.
So as a female in sports journalism, are there places that you cannot go? Are there things that kind of walk us through what that looks like. You mentioned you were in the locker room. Are there things that you're like not allowed to do that the boys are allowed to do?
How much do you see or don't see?
What I'm trying to say is
sausage.
So Denard Robinson. Too soon. Sorry. Poor Cindy.
No, so when you're at an NFL game, each team has one head photographer. There's definitely tons of media, tons of other photographer, but there's only one actual team photographer. Rick has been with the team since it started. They brought him over from the Bears. He has access to go everywhere. So when I do shoot with him, I can go wherever he goes as long as I'm with him. So there's kind of benefits to that because all these other photographers that are out there don't have access to those areas. We actually, when we go in, we're in the offices with the owner and with, the coaches, the head coaches, and the other photographers can't go there.
So like the infamous Marshawn ass cheek that we all saw, I think, on the news, has there been anything kind of similar where you might have caught a glimpse of maybe, I don't know.
No, so you only go
Ladies want to know. I mean.
Yeah, we need to know.
You only go in the locker room after a big win. And, I'm going to kind of throw the Jags under the bus a little. We don't win a whole lot.
I wasn't going to go there. I wasn't going to say it.
Ouch. So therefore, you've never seen the locker room, have you?
Yeah, I've been in once. I haven't seen anything like that. I did do I get to do a lot of media events. That's what I've mostly been focusing on this past season. And definitely a couple of players that let loose at some parties and kind of gotten a little kiss on the cheek from
I
one
saw
that
that.
I like.
I'm like, so what's it like working with Blake Bortles? Hot stuff. I saw that photo.
Yeah, I like him.
Did you not wash your face for a whole week?
I sent the picture to my dad right away, and my dad was like, "Can you try to marry him?" And I was
what does your boyfriend think?
Have Bortle babies.
The Bortle babies.
I was like, I don't think I'm in that league, but thanks for the vote of confidence, Dad.
Is Blake Bortles single? Do you know? Can you find out?
He is right now. I know he goes out a lot in Jack's Beach. I think he's having some fun, but there he did an interview and he had kind of made comments to the fact that him and his ex-girlfriend, he could see it maybe happening one day. So she's gorgeous.
He's playing the field.
Oh, I see what you did there. He's playing the field.
Playing the field.
Nice. All right. So who is your favorite Jag to work with or to be around or interact with?
All crushes aside.
All crushes aside. Like, who have you had the most fun with? Or
I think most people that know me already know this, but it's Alan Hearns, hands down.
Pics with him.
He's become. I'm just his biggest fan right now. I've gotten a chance to talk with him and meet him on several occasions. His mom is just my idol. She's a single mom who's raised an incredible son. He is so gracious, so humble, just everything that you think an athlete should be, that's him, and that's why he's become my favorite.
He had some great fantasy football weeks this season. Yes, he did.
Didn't you have Bortles on your fantasy league?
I did.
Bortles and Tannehill, right?
I had Hearns on a couple weeks. I had to trade back and forth. Or what are we doing, juggling?
No. You had Tannehill and Bortles, didn't you?
I did.
You kept rotating them. Look, I know a thing or two about fantasy.
But I stuck to Bortles because really he was pretty much it.
Tannehill. Bortles. We're going to give him a little shout out. What is so you're coming down for March Madness, I assume, or we had talked about that briefly.
I was going to be in Vegas for March Madness because Emma, my daughter, had a soccer tournament, but I don't think we're going to travel now since she can't play. So I'm actually going to go to March Madness now. In North Carolina.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Shucks, I was so excited. Okay, you have to give us, so we're going to actually see the Jags in person. The coaching staff, not
recruit.
We're going to be down there in the trenches for the next 4 days at Senior Bowl. Is there any, tidbits of information we need to know? Can we sneak them their favorite candy? Right. A flask of scotch?
Something? I know the coaches after every game, they definitely kick back with some drinks and some liquor.
Do we know the favorite? Should we buy Mr. Gus Bradley a shot or two? Is he a whiskey man?
I don't know what his favorite is, but I would probably go with a safe bet, probably some scotch. He just kind of reminds me of a scotch guy. He's the nicest guy, and him and his wife are so nice. You couldn't ask for nicer people. So if you get the chance to meet him, you will find him incredible.
Well, and I hope so, because he actually used to be part of the Seahawks organization. So
Melissa's done her homework.
researching a little bit. Thank you.
I love it. Well, Melissa hates
The Dallas Cowboys.
So she's made. So I had to research them, and she's researched the Jags for.
I just don't want to embarrass us in front of the Dallas Cowboys, like, coaching staff, because I'll probably say some things that might not be appropriate.
It's a good thing you don't drink, girl.
Oh boy,
I'm going to say that regardless.
And if I see Jerry Jones, I'm going to tell him I want money for my selfie stick that he made me throw away when I went to the stadium. No selfie sticks are allowed at Jerry's house, just so you know.
No selfie sticks,
No
huh?
selfie stick.
Oh, that's a bummer. All right, well, I know that you like to watch the show, Cindy. You've told us that a couple of times. So in honor of you being on our show, we are going to sneak in an honorary Arms of the NFL just for you. So we have Jeremiah George from the Buccaneers. Yummy, delicious, fun.
Arms.
Look at this. Look at this boy.
Right?
Man.
Sorry.
Man.
His mama said to say man. Man.
Oh.
So there's our honorary nominee for this week's Arms of the NFL.
Yes. And Cindy, one last question, just for me personally. What's your favorite candy?
My favorite candy?
Yeah.
I'm a huge Reese cup addiction.
What's with the Reese's? Could it be that Reese's is the sponsor of the Senior Bowl?
Are you getting paid to say this? Yeah. Is there an endorsement deal going on here? I don't understand. I love it. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Cindy.
Thank you
Pleasure
so much.
to chat with you for a few minutes, and we're going to get it on with the rest, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Well, it's a pleasure.
And
Thank
so
you.
speaking in regards to women and football, this was a big week because Catherine Smith was hired on by the Buffalo Bills as a full-time assistant
I love the
coach.
Buffalo Bills.
I know you do.
I'll tell you that story later. Okay.
I'm sure there'll be a few stories I hear later.
On the plane.
The only thing that I want to question, I want to do some research, and I hopefully will be able to ask one of our friends that in the league or have been in the league, what is the quality control coach? That's her title.
Okay, you're my NFL girl.
Her position is quality control coach for special teams.
What the hell is that?
Is she like testing deflated balls?
Well, really? Because a woman can't do anything else in the NFL but test for deflated balls? I don't know what you're doing.
That's what I'm like. She could have been like, assistant coach for even like the kicker or the holder.
First of all, can you define special teams? Like what's a special team?
Special teams is like not the offense and the defense. It's the people that are on the kicks or during punt returns. And
so is she going to make sure like the kicker can kick?
Or that they're able because they're quality, that the quality control part. That's the quality control part of it I don't get. If you're a special teams assistant coach, I understand that. But the quality control part, I'm not.
This is my what face?
I guess we Google
Listen,
that later.
if you know what a quality control coach is for a special team,
we'll send you a t-shirt. Let us know.
Yeah. Email us.
Yeah.
At gcs@vegasvideonetwork.com.
Yes.
Because we don't know. Well, I really don't know what a quality I've never heard of that.
I really don't know. I really.
All right, well, we'll figure that out later. We're going to ask our Cowboys coaches when we see them. We'll say, hey, guys, what's up? Do you have a quality control coach? You should.
So there's, not only is this a very sad week, well, because football only now literally
It's happy for me. Tom Brady lost.
Oh, we're all excited over that. So recap of the weekend. We had the NFC and the AFC championship games, Patriots and Broncos.
Good game, by the way. Watch the whole thing.
Good. Look at you.
Made my guy watch, and he doesn't even watch. He's like, what's going on here? No, I mean, I was like,
Were you teaching? I
was.
Aww.
Yeah.
So, the Broncos and Patriots played. Denver was up like 17. They were up the whole game. Well, of course, leave it to Mr. Tom Pretty Face Brady to have a minute left in the game and basically go down the entire field, throw to Gronk. They score. They're down by 2 points. They go for the 2-point conversion with 12 seconds left. Didn't get it.
Well, and I'm sitting here watching this. I'm watching this because I'm like, the kicker missed early on. They missed the extra point early on. And I'm like, okay, I'm watching them go down the field, and I'm like, okay, I'm telling my guy, I'm like, okay, even if they, get us all the way into the end zone, they still have to get this 2-point conversion just to tie it up.
Yeah.
But you know what I thought was the most interesting part and to be determined of the whole entire game?
Oh, tell me.
When Peyton Manning, theoretically, leaned over to Bill Belichick as he was hugging him and said, good game. It's probably my last rodeo. So stay tuned. That's what everybody is alleging that he whispered into Bill Belichick's ear
because he was mic'd and they could hear it. Yeah.
Oh,
so it's possible.
And
the other game was the NFC Championship between the Cardinals and Panthers, which I'm still a little sore about because after watching the Cardinals not play at all, I feel like the Seahawks could have done so much better at that game. Even though we didn't do good in our game, I think in that game we would have done a lot better. Anyways,
give it to the Panthers.
The Cardinals. So Carson Palmer, who was he was being thrown around early as being an MVP for NFL this year. He had 4 interceptions.
Why are you laughing? Oh, bless your heart. You have this bless your heart face.
Just take the ball from me. Like, why even try? I don't know. And then Cam Newton, he rushed for 2 touchdowns just by himself. Forget passing. I'll just take it in myself.
How many flags did he tear down?
Ooh, speaking of
were they 12 inches by 12? No, 24 inches by 24. I don't even know what that is.
Drink more wine.
Okay. I don't know what 24 inches looks like. You're even 12. Come on.
So speaking of Cam, there's been a lot of controversy around him. Obviously between the tearing down the 12th flag. We previously talked about the woman who wrote a letter to the Charlotte paper who was saying that he wasn't a good role model for her 9-year-old daughter, which not many people are. I don't know. Who is? And so now I read when I was reading up on it a little bit more is that people are also mad at him for having a child out of wedlock. Welcome to 2016 and the rest of...
Have you met Sierra? I mean, come on.
Hi, baby future.
Yeah.
So we're not ridiculing him, her, or anyone else, but it's all Cam's fault that he didn't marry his girlfriend before the baby was married.
Maybe she's crazy. You don't know.
It's just like all this controversy. It's all BS. It's a lot of racial stuff that's been brought up. So it's kind of unfortunate. But I personally, as a Seahawks fan, I wish Cam Newton the best. I wish the Panthers the best.
I want the Broncos to win.
I still really don't care. I want the Panthers to win.
What?
I know.
Listen. I'm going to tell you a story here real quick.
Okay.
I became a Colts fan way back in the day, like 2000 and a long time ago.
Because of Peyton Manning.
No, because I was in Indianapolis for New Year's Eve, and there are some details that I cannot reveal. But let's just say it had to do with the Colts Stadium. And right then and there, I said, I'm going to be a Colts fan.
50-yard line?
No, outside in the parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, what I'm saying is for like 10 exactly. So for 10 years, I was like Colts fan.
So
but I would never tell anybody
somewhere that we don't know about.
Secret Colts tattoo.
Like the dog from last week.
Mine's upside down too. I'm like, what?
Yes. And actually it is right side up. I was wrong.
Oh.
But anyway,
I forgot what the dog looked like. But there's a box there, I think. So anyway, for 10 years, I'm like, I'm a Colts fan. Go Peyton Manning. Like, just with no other reason because I moved around a lot, except this one story in my head that I never told anyone.
Right.
Until I was drinking. Which
I'll hear this weekend.
Shut up.
Okay.
So, yeah. So then he switched over to the Broncos, and I was like, all right, I'm a Broncos fan. But then I moved to Seattle and ruined that. So.
Yeah, because then we kicked your ass in the
Super Bowl.
Here.
Yeah. I hope he does better in this. But I thought it was interesting that the 2 teams that have been in the Super Bowl against the Seahawks the last 2 years were, potentially one of those teams were going back. So if I had to pick one of those teams, I would pick the Broncos. So.
Well, here's my thought. If Roger Goodell has his hand in it, like I think he had his hand in it last year for the Super Bowl, I think the Broncos will win because I think he'll want it to be like this dream golden vision.
Going away party for Peyton.
Kind of like my next topic.
So moving right along to people who are going away.
Thank God for that. Kobe World Tour 2015-16 is still in effect. They have won a total of still 9 wins.
That's not a lot in basketball. They play a crap ton of games.
Yeah, they're 9-38 or 9-36, 9-38. Yes. So here's what's funny.
Can't you just stop now and or does he have to fill the rest of the season?
Well, I was hoping he would stop. Well, here's the deal. He started.
Maybe they're better off without him. No,
I think we all know that secretly, but
just leave.
He started off the season completely terrible. He sucked. So he was like, hey, I'm going to, just announce my retirement. And therefore people know that I'm just, it's the end of my era.
That's an excuse to be a sucky player.
Well, no,
I'm on my way out the door. It's like a Friday afternoon.
Well,
it's like I put my 2 weeks notice in.
Would be is that the All-Star game balloting occurred. So you have to vote for your favorite player to get in. And usually it's those that are like All-Star players, the ones that are like the big names, they're scoring the big points, they're All-Star talents, which he's not this year. But because he's retiring, guess who got the number 1 votes?
That's crappy.
Yeah.
That's like getting up on Shaquille O'Neal. That's who I voted for.
Yes.
That's like getting employee of the month when you put your 2 weeks notice in.
It's like getting employee of the month when you didn't come to work all year.
Oh.
Yeah. So
you came to work, but you didn't do anything.
Right.
You showed up and you punched your clock and you sat at your desk.
Exactly.
Which is kind of what I do. Don't tell my boss.
We're in other basketball news. So also Cleveland Cavaliers just tossed their coach aside real quick. Like, poof, there you go.
Can't they toss Kobe?
I wish.
Okay.
Well, in all related things, Kobe and Lakers, their new head coach, Tyronn Lue, who is 37 years old.
So old enough for me to date?
Exactly. To be your 10-year senior, right?
Yeah, 10 years my I like older men.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey. So Tyronn Lue is now the coach for the Cleveland Browns, which is funny because Luke Walton, who also used to play for the Lakers at one time, he was the interim coach for the Golden State Warriors, but he actually did really well for the team because obviously they were on a winning streak. But Steve Kerr was back last week, and so they're still doing really well.
You're teaching me so much about basketball. I love it.
And what's funny is that
Melissa.
here's my little. So not only do we have the Pro Bowls this weekend, which Russell Wilson was chosen number 1 by Michael Irvin.
Listen, are you going to watch the Pro Bowl on your phone while we're at the Senior Bowl covering the Senior Bowl in the press box?
Pro Bowl is Sunday, and if I have internet, if I have Wi-Fi on the plane, I'm going to try and do it on the way home. However, if not, it'll be DVR.
We're going to be at the beach.
Thank you. Well, our flight's the game's at 5 p.m. Pacific time.
Okay. You got time.
So anyways, yeah. So we got the Pro Bowl this weekend. Michael Irvin actually chose, I think, 4 Seahawks. All of them went to him in the first 5 rounds, which was pretty.
Is that like a consolidation prize? Sorry, you didn't make the Super Bowl. Here's a last minute Pro Bowl invite.
Well, no, the Pro Bowl invitations come out before the Super Bowl before the playoffs even start. But what happens is that once the playoff starts and once they know who's going to the Super Bowl, then those people usually don't go to the Pro Bowl, of course, if they're playing the Super Bowl, and then everybody else goes. So obviously,
that's with all the last minute invites because they're like, hey, by the way,
Cam's not going, and neither is Peyton Manning. So here's what we got.
I see.
Yes,
I'm learning so much, Melissa.
So we've got 2 teams that used to be like an AFC, NFC, like kind of all-star, but now it becomes a head. They have 2 coaches that pick the teams, and this year it's Michael Irvin and who was the other? Jerry Rice. Yes. And Michael Irvin, being a big Cowboy, drafted a lot of Seahawks, which was kind of funny.
I can't wait to see how this weekend plays out with your. Yeah.
So anyway, we got the Pro Bowl this week. We've got the Super Bowl next week. And then All-Star Weekend is Valentine's Day weekend. Here's what I've always thought, because every year Valentine's Day weekend falls on the same weekend as the All-Star weekend for the basketball players. So do all the basketball players just get to have an easy out from their girlfriends, i.e. wives? I mean, that's like the biggest weekend for most couples, and you think, oh, well, I got a game, or I got to be at the All-Star game. So
I'm working.
Sorry, I can't do anything for you this weekend.
I'm an All-Star. Maybe not. I don't know. Have his assistant send flowers, right? Is that how that works? I have no idea.
Speaking of relationships,
let's get into some relationships talk.
Talk to me about Miss Rhonda.
All right, let me talk to you about Miss Rhonda Rousey, who, obviously coming back. She's training after getting knocked the heck out with Holly Holm a couple weeks ago, a month ago, whatever, and a minute and a half ago, a long time.
Sure.
So I don't even know how to say this.
She's dating Travis Brown, who's also an MMA fighter, who is still legally married.
Yeah. So Travis apparently gave her a promise ring, which I'm pretty sure only the Jonas Brothers give those out. I'm not sure anybody else on the planet does that. But...
And isn't it promising like you're not having sex?
Like I'm too cheap to, we're not having sex. That's like, I don't know. Did Russell Wilson see her? Anyway, it's like I'm too cheap to buy a, but here's the thing. He's still married.
Right.
Okay. And so his scorned ex-wife, wife,
separated
whatever she is,
person,
takes to Instagram and Twitter, Instagram primarily, and
shout out to Jenna Webb.
Shout out to Jenna Webb. You are her new score. I don't know how I feel about this though,
she
because
got the red velvet.
She posted a bunch of pictures of getting beat up by him. Right now they're going through a divorce, and that's not something that we condone by any means.
No.
But she took to Twitter after Rhonda was shown with this promise ring on to say things like #hypocrite, I think we're kind of still married.
Well, and she said, when he hits you across your pretty face, don't worry. I'll be right there to say I told you so.
What?
As an adult woman,
message.
like as a woman, I mean, I get your feelings are kind of hurt because you're still married and he's with somebody else, but you already know you're going through the divorce process, so why does it matter that he's gone on to somebody else?
I mean, it's like here's a piece of advice, but in like the weirdest way possible. Like I know we were talking about, I don't know, a couple months ago about who was the girlfriend that called. She looked through her man's phone and she was calling everybody like, I know you're the other woman. It's kind of like that whole. just rise above. But
Yeah,
we don't. I don't know enough about that situation. But what I have to say about Ronda Rousey is, you go girl, but like.
They can
is that really something that you want to be a part of?
Maybe they want to put their relationship in the ring.
I bet the sex is really hot. That's all I'm going to say.
I think things get broke during sex,
Oh,
probably. How many beds have they gone through?
Oh my God. We are off on
Man.
a whole other
Woo.
subject.
Sorry.
I'm turning red over here.
Woo.
Crazy.
Lordy.
All right. So we need to get to my favorite segment.
I thought it was my favorite segment.
I think it's my favorite segment.
I think it's our favorite segment.
Okay. All right.
It's time
go
for Arms of the NFL.
Oh, I didn't say that with you.
One more time. Arms of the NFL. Hey.
All right. Well, we already had our honorary nominee with Jeremiah George. So we already had him.
We did.
He's lovely.
I like to consider this episode's Arms of the NFL the honorable mentions because they almost got to the Super Bowl, but not quite.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you like
I
that?
see what you did there. I wondered by that compilation. I was like,
So first up, I've got Shamarko Thomas. He's a safety for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He could have
Tatted.
been used last week for
He could have been our tatted
too.
arms of the
I know.
NFL.
Great arms.
oh, Pittsburgh Steelers.
I know. I also
He's yummy.
have Larry Fitzgerald, wide receiver for the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay, is
and
this assets?
Well, see, here's the deal. I had to kind of sneak in.
Wait a minute.
Anybody who knows me also knows I believe Larry does have like the nicest ass in NFL.
Okay,
which I
well,
might
we-
start for next season.
Yeah,
because
because we're done with that.
So I kind of had to show his arm as well as his assets.
The arm is so tiny. I can't. I'm
Thank
blocked.
you, Larry. Cheers to Larry Fitzgerald's ass.
And all the
Okay,
squats that he does.
now. I don't think
I like
he needs
it.
squats.
Holla.
Next, we've got, of course, Marshawn Lynch, running back from my Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, beast mode.
Beast mode.
Here's what I liked about this picture.
Uh-huh.
I like the tats. Yep. Mm-hmm. Most of that is padding. Like, how girls. But anyway,
Yeah.
padding. Like, look at that arm.
Okay.
It's a great arm. I don't want to.
mean, and he
I
is
don't want
like
to discount.
5'9" too,
Yeah, I don't want to discount
so.
your arms in the NFL because he is beast mode and he's ridiculous. But I was like, I didn't realize.
Most of them in person I would think they're not as.
Do you like my hand
large.
motions? Yeah.
Are you like uttering a cow or something?
I like to utter those arms.
So
anyway.
last but not least in Arms of the NFL, this is like a TBT / also a current because previously he was a TBT. However, he got signed with the Patriots this last like literally 4 weeks probably. So give it up for Steven Jackson, running back for the Patriots.
Whoa, yeah, there you go.
He
Patriots
cut off
didn't
the-
make.
he cut
I'm
off the
clapping because the
dreads.
Pats did not make the Super Bowl.
Sorry, but we love Steven. He's actually
Did he
from
go to the Pro
Vegas.
Bowl?
He's
Is
from
he like, hey,
Vegas.
I'm up to go to the
I
Pro
don't
Bowl
know.
now?
You never
Gronkowski
know.
in the Pro Bowl?
Maybe,
That'd
of
be fun.
course, Gronkowski's in the Pro Bowl.
He's so yummy.
So he also obviously he played for the Rams for so long, and then the Falcons for a while, and then he took a little bit of time off, but then got drafted by the Patriots.
Okay, I have one very important question.
Uh-huh.
When are we going to see another white guy? Seriously,
There are a lack of white.
we could
arms.
recycle them. Why? How about Blake
Just
Bortles?
kind of throw up Gronkowski Gronkowski every. It's a Gronk week.
It's a
We're gonna do kickers' toes.
kickers'
Toes
toes, kickers'
of
legs,
the kickers of the NFL.
calves of the NFL. There's so many body parts. Okay, well, you know what? But now we're into basketball season, so
We
maybe in 2 weeks after the Super Bowl,
And some basketball players have some tremendous arms too.
we could do assets of.
But you
No,
can't see their
NBA.
asses as well in basketball
what it is.
shorts. So,
Oh.
unless it was like the 80s when they wore the little rider shorts. That were
Okay, but when it's baseball season, once baseball season
baseball, we can
starts,
definitely do.
listen, baseball
Buns
players.
of the baseball.
Buns of baseball. Woo! High five it, girl.
Okay.
I like it. Coming up with show content for the future. Job security,
Well, live
baby.
on
Job
the show.
security. This is kind of our marketing meeting right now. Buns of baseball. So
Can you
excited
write that
about-
down?
Yeah, make a mental note.
Yes.
So awesome.
Thank you. I know.
It's a good thing that we record this every week, and I'm so.
Is our producer taking notes for us?
Listen, we need to
Jeez.
hire him to take notes for us. But Melissa, how excited are you to be covered? No, he says no.
No?
He's like no.
Okay.
He doesn't want a buns of the NFL buns of baseball with us. How excited are you to jump on a plane? I have to shout this out because we are headed. We're literally leaving the show, packing because neither of us has done that, and taking the red eye to Mobile, Alabama. We will be live, bringing you live coverage inside, back.
Snapchat,
not backdoor, backstage,
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
We're gonna give you the insider perspective because I'm pretty sure we're the only people that are gonna be there, with our iPads, giving you live coverage.
Selfie sticks,
and selfie sticks. Thanks. The Cowboys over a selfie stick.
Right.
But you can catch us everywhere on the internet, and we're going to be giving you that insider perspective. So we're going to be on Snapchat and Instagram, and we're going to even be Periscope. We're on Periscope.
Right.
And check us out at GIrlChatSports.com. And then we'll be back next week to kind of recap everything that we did or didn't do. Melissa's not going to say all the things I did or didn't do.
Right.
I may be a Buffalo
How many
Bills
bottles
fan
of wine were drank over the 4 days?
But yeah, catch us next week. We'll recap Senior Bowl and catch us live on GIrlChatSports.com.
Yes. And we may not have balls, but we know how to cover them.
Bye.